From the Derby City of Louisville, Kentucky, this is the USL Championship. Tonight at Slugger Field, the first ever meeting between Louisville City FC and Loudon United FC. Tonight's pregame is brought to you by Four Roses Bourbon. Good evening and welcome everybody. Alongside Sam Stockley, I'm Jeff Radcliffe. Thanks for joining us. Well, Sam, this is the case of youth versus experience tonight.
No, exactly, and there you see that youthful Loudon United. We had the fortunate to speak with the new head coach, Ryan Martin, what he was talking about, this young group. It's going to be so exciting, and then you come into Louisville City and Magnus.
Tonight's player with the most potential is Magnus Rasmussen, sponsored by Corsair Charities, showing children their potential instead of their obstacles since 1923.
Just what do you see here? He's got a beautiful left foot, and he just brings so much calmness and so much strength into that midfield for me. You know, he's got a wonderful range of passing. He'll sit just under Spencer. They might play two up front, not quite sure at the moment. We'll see how that pans out, but if they do, you'll see Rasmussen coming underneath it.
Loudon United, new affiliate of DC United, well, had a big victory midweek against Swope Park.
You know what? I'm really excited to watch this group play tonight, especially against the Louisville City. That's going to be a tough game for them. They're going to ask a lot of questions, but this boy there, you just see cutting in now, Yao. Real quality talent. You got a lad, KO, 17. Here he is, gives a give and go. Look, brilliant. Quality players on the field tonight for this young team.
We're just getting warmed up. Coming up, our UPS Jobs starting lineups and kickoff. It's Louisville City and Loudon United next.
It's a simple truth. There is no better place than where you are right now. Celebrate the moment. Feed the wolf.
When the best-selling retail car company in America has a sales event with big savings on its best selection, featuring 11 different models built in the USA, there's only one name big enough to tell the story. It's Toyota's great American summer event. Get $2,000 cash back on the Built in the USA Highlander or a low-mileage lease for $259 a month with the most advanced safety features and a 2-year no-cost maintenance plan standard. Toyota, let's go places.
We are those searching the unlimited, the unrestrained. Those that understand that life is a pursuit. Feed the wolf.
Complaining about your allergies won't make them go away, but calling Family Allergy and Asthma can. We offer the most effective treatments available to help you find relief. No more symptoms means no more complaining. Family Allergy and Asthma.
Hall of Fame jockey Mike Smith is off. He's in the lead. He's heading to Fine Wines, and oh, an outstanding choice there. Mike's going to go wide, but he's heading into Bourbon Turn, and it's Justified. Gaining ground to Craft Beers, but wait, he's stopping for a taste at the line. It's Mike Smith for the win.
Hello, Chad.
Good to see you again, Mr. Smith.
Liquor Barn, where Kentuckians go to celebrate life.
Since 1923, Corsair Charities has shown children their potential instead of their obstacles. So they see the world as a place of possibility, where great things can take flight. When you support Corsair Charities, you help elevate every aspect of a child's life. Together, our kids, an entire community, can reach new heights. There's so much more to do. Join us by donating today.
Isn't it time to finally do something about your allergies? Rush allergy shots at Family Allergy and Asthma can begin to work in as little as 1 day, so you can find permanent relief faster than ever. Don't wait to feel better. Family Allergy and Asthma.
Back at Slugger Field, GE Appliances welcomes you on field for tonight's game broadcast of Louisville City FC and Loudon United FC. Jeff Radcliffe, Sam Stockley, as we get right in to tonight's starting lineups presented by UPSJobs.com. First for Louisville City.
It's going to be interesting with so many key players being out. You know, you see Jimenez on this right-hand side. He might be on the left. Pay might come onto this right-hand side. Then you got McCabe. McCabe, for me, is the special one. He drifts in underneath Spencer. He's got a lot of quality. He can strike a ball. He can place a ball. And then for me, Davis the fourth, who worked so hard, tirelessly. I think Del Piquet will play inside and underneath as a holding midfielder. He'll be the one that will get on the ball and really dictate tempo. And when you look at this side, for me, Loudon United, it's just one number and one name for me, Neyman, 44. This boy is 15 years old. I see him on Wednesday come on the field. He started taking free kicks. He was pushing players off the ball. He was taking corners. He's putting his foot on the ball at the top of the 18-yard box and bringing people into play. Then you got Yao, number 15, who'll play on the left-hand side, right-hand side, quality player. Murphy, the captain there, is really important. Holds the ball up, strong, been experienced. You know, he's big for the way that they play. 22 Hawkins is a young lad coming into the side. He's got quality. This side here for me, Jeff, is just littered with quality. The important thing is going to be how they play.
Tonight's keys to the game are powered by Kentucky Lottery, who reminds you that lottery proceeds fund college scholarship and grant programs, including every dollar of the popular Keys Scholarship Program. What do you got, Sam?
Louisville City plug in, you know, for me, with this team and the way that they play, they have a system, they have a structure and players. It doesn't matter if they're missing. I spoke about it at the beginning of the show. It doesn't matter if they're missing. They've got a system and a play. But with Louisville City, you know Louisville City, and that's where they have to evolve for me. What are the next steps for them coming in? How do they solve some problems? Because they're going to get asked questions tonight by Loudoun United and the way that they play. Loudon will play with a 4-2-3-1, and they'll be busy.
Our referee, Marcos de Oliveira, signals to start. It is game on in Louisville, as Lou City attacking left to right in the home purple. Loudon going right to left in, traveling red tonight.
Just mentioned at the beginning there with Loudon about one of their keys to the game. We spoke about grit. You know, that's something that typifies this whole group. And you know, speaking with the head coach in the week about how he sees that and how he builds that into the philosophy within the group is really, really exciting. We'll see that in today's game.
Tonight's first half is brought to you by El Nopal Mexican Cuisine. Be sure to visit any of the 27 Louisville area locations. La Fiesta starts here, proud partner of Louisville City FC. And this portion of tonight's game also brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. As Louisville City unbeaten in 4, looking to make it unbeaten in 5. Crossing into the area, great chance to the back post. It is a goal for Lou City FC. And 1-0 to the good.
The young Loudon United got completely undone down this right-hand side here with P, with a great little combination with McCabe, and we spoke about them, how quality McCabe is when he just gets on the ball and he comes inside. P continues his run, continues his run, and there you see the lad we spoke about, Rasmussen. Just see, heads up, quality, gets to that end line, cuts it back. Lovely touch there from Rasmussen, and then what a finish. That is so calm and composed. Exactly what we spoke about, what he brings to the team.
Did you pick our player to watch, our Corsair Charities player with the most potential?
We certainly
there
did.
We go.
I think that's it right there. And don't normally work out like that, does it, Jeff, for us? But you know, that's something that we spoke about. You know, it's the youth of Loudon are going to play against the Louisville team, and they're very good at build-up. They dominate wide areas, Louisville. You know, they got quality out there, and if you don't know how to defend that and you're not quite sure of the patterns and the structure which can happen as a young pro, you can get undone, and that's exactly what just happened there.
Rasmussen's team leading 6th goal of the season. The goal presented by Kentucky Lottery, fueling imagination, funding education, and Kentucky Lottery. First goal of the match, so brought to you by First Financial. This season, First Financial Bank will support the Lou City and community by donating $500 to the Boys and Girls Club of Kentuckiana each time Louisville City scores the first goal. That goal scored by Magnus Rasmussen. Thank you very much to First Financial Bank for their support of Louisville City and our community.
It's exactly how you expect Louisville City to start. They came out fast, you know. I've been fortunate to be on a couple of their games this season, and the way that they start, it's so quick. And they catch you off guard.
Rasmussen starting things off. And again, the beautiful build-up on the right side from Taylor Pay, former RSL man. Quality really all over the field tonight. When you talk about Louisville, we mentioned the youth versus experience. Louisville have 18 returning players on the roster that have combined to play 33 seasons total.
It's going to be a massive night for the two centre-backs as well, the two young centre-backs. When you're coming against Luke Spencer, look at the size of him, you know. In some ways, he looks like a man compared to a couple of the young lads at the centre-back. And you see him in between the two centre-backs there, and he's just so strong and powerful. And you've got to match Louisville's physicality in the game. You have to match that in the first 10, 15 minutes. And at the minute, Loudon are struggling with it.
Bright start here for Louisville City FC, currently in 6th place in the Eastern Conference on 21 points. And in the ascendancy once more at home.
But this won't faze them. This won't faze the manager. We spoke about Ryan Martin at the beginning of the show, about how his quality and what he speaks about. He'll expect this. Just needs to settle the young group down. You can see him on the sideline with his hat on, just walking up and down at the minute. He's just got to settle them down, get them playing, and get them having a touch on the ball. And once that happens, then the game dies out, and then their quality can start. They can start getting hold of their quality.
Callie Brown is the keeper, making his 6th start for Loudon United this season. And Ryan Martin been on the job for 13 days now, replacing Richie Williams. And I had a great conversation with him,
brilliant,
just the other day. And maybe new to the head coaching ranks, but he has been around the game for years. Former recruiting coordinator at Wake Forest, spent some time under Greg Berhalter at Columbus, and been part of the DC United Academy setup the last couple of years.
Just see the players, just as you was talking there, the players struggling there, just slipping on that turf, which is always difficult. You've got to get used to that. Louisville will bring you out into that pockets. They're used to it. They're clever, you know. It's part of their build-up plan. They know their field. They know their home turf. They know what they can and can't do. And they'll pull you out here with set little tactics and then try and switch play to the other side. And you'll see that a lot.
And Ryan Martin knows all about this Louisville team.
There it is.
After that rivalry again, it was Rasmussen looking for a brace here in the first 5.5 minutes.
Just can't handle these wide areas at the minute, Loudon. They're getting pushed and they're getting pressed high up, and then they're combining, and you see the two young centre-backs there with their bodies closed.
Martin spent 2016 as the assistant coach at FC Cincinnati. There's that Dirty River Derby. It was all about playing in Louisville.
It was so interesting listening to his story about how he went to Cincinnati, and I'm sure you know, listening to how he built that team, how he built that group from 26 players, him and the staff. And you know, as I mentioned, I watched him play Wednesday. He could just see this effort here, lovely ball in there from Davis the fourth, and it's a free header again from Rasmussen, 6 yards out. He's going to be disappointed. He caught it well, but just called it almost too clean. But again, no contention on that ball into the box from the cross, and then no pressure on the cross for Rasmussen to try and edit.
Loudon in playing their 2nd game in the week. A great result on the road at Sporting Park. Another opportunity on the build-up for Louisville City. They played the entire match here, first 7 minutes in their attacking half.
And I watched that game and I thought they were excellent, and I know that this first 7 minutes it's been tough for them, but they'll find their groove. There's no doubt about that. You know, we just spoke about the head coach, Ryan Martin, and what he brings.
Niall McCabe, another service into the area. Falling down was Davis the fourth.
Slipped then just at the wrong time. Ball was coming perfect. He was free as well in the edge of the box and just give away on that turf.
Weather could be sketchy tonight, 77 degrees at kickoff, 50% chance of thunderstorms after about 8 o'clock tonight. And with board-certified allergists serving 16 offices throughout Louisville, Metro, and Southern Indiana, relief is always nearby at Family Allergy and Asthma, the official weather sponsor of Louisville City. Visit familyallergy.com.
Better there. Better combination down that right-hand side. You've got Douay out there. Last week he played on the left-hand side. You see the versatility with these young players. You see what they're trying to do at DC United and how that brings into Loudon. You know, there's a lot of versatility with these group.
First corner kick of the match for either team will come to Loudon United.
There's Neyman, 15-year-old lad who'll swing this in.
Coming out of Hyattsville, Maryland. Not a bad delivery. It was a little short right at the 6.
Firth had a wonderful opportunity then. He just almost dipped in just in front of him. It was like jumped too high and it hits him. You can see him trying to shoulder it at the last second as it dipped in. But great opportunity there.
Saw Luke Spencer, the wily veteran, draw the foul. So much is made about goals you have to score as a forward, but really being relief of pressure is so important when you're a guy like Luke Spencer, so invaluable to John Hackworth.
Yeah, he's important. He's played centrally, and anything gets played into him, you need that ball to stick. You know, especially the way that they'll drop in Louisville in out of possession, and they'll try and leave Spencer a little bit higher and hit him as a target with a quality ball, and then they build underneath him. So he's an important cog.
This left side is Lundegaard, left-footed. Combined with Griffin Yao, who was a handful Wednesday night in Kansas City.
You see young Hawkins here, 22, just tried to hit a quick diagonal first time and just didn't quite catch it, you know. And that's what happens. I've played in these games with young lads before, you know. You get caught up, they come out, there's a high press. Louisville City, it's the first time they've played at Louisville Sluggers Field, so they'll be prepared for it, but you don't quite know until you come here. You know, they will come out, they'll press you high quick. Here's another great opportunity with Spencer.
Luke Spencer into the area, settles, and then rolls it on the carpet right to Brown.
Done everything right. Centre forward done excellent there. Again, as we talk about, ball got given away, gets played straight into Spencer. Lovely run there from the old centre forward. Gets into a wonderful position and just does everything right apart from the finish. But well, you've got to be careful with this, what you spoke about. They pin you so quick, Jeff. They come so quick.
Ryan Martin made a point. This is going to be a smaller field they'll have to deal with tonight as opposed to Wednesday, and there's an adjustment needing to be made. Here's Spencer inside the area. We'll leave it back for Pay. Now George Davis, the fourth. He's a stalwart in the USL Championship ranks for years, going all the way back to his days with the Dayton Dutch Lions in 2011. Here's McCabe. What a cracking goal in last week's victory against Charleston, the 4-1 win.
They're dominating them at the minute physically. Any ball that comes out, any ball in the box, you're seeing a Louisville City attack it. The second ball that comes in on the edge of the box, you can see that Louisville are backing it up. The minute Loudon's just going to have to start winning those second balls and just compete at the minute. We've just got to hang into this situation. I was saying it beforehand. You know, when you come out under a high press, it can all of a sudden lose a little bit of composure. You start giving the ball away more. Once you give the ball away, you start forcing it, and then the ball comes back at you more. So, and that's a learning curve for these young lads. It's not a problem, it's just a part of a learning curve for them now. And all they need to do is just settle down a touch. Don't need to force too many balls forward. Just need to get hold of it a little bit and compete. The game naturally slows down.
Well, when Lou City wins, you win with Chick-fil-A. Open the Chick-fil-A app anywhere in Kentuckiana to claim a free chicken biscuit after every Louisville City win at home. Download the app today. This portion of tonight's game brought to you by Republic Bank.
Lovely switch of play again there from Louisville, from their left-hand side right over to this right-hand side with Pay. Pay already starting to get up the field, and then you say you've got McCabe coming inside, coming outside. It's causing Loudon a little bit of problem. It'll be interesting to see how they readjust that now and then, obviously moving into the second half. Switch of plays catching them out at the minute.
50-50 in the air, tracking back. There's Tosh on his third season.
It's the first time we've really seen Jimenez on the ball, isn't it? You can see he's just sitting there a little bit more. We're so used to him seeing going up and down that sideline. He's one of my favourite outside backs in the league. Such a quality player, left and right foot.
Playing advances, they'll leave it in the box. Unmarked shot on the way again. It was on target, but right at the keeper, Brown.
Again, that young midfield.
McCabe would like to have that one back as he's trying to place it.
It's almost like he had too much time, wasn't it? It was perfect. Got cut back so nice. It just rolled there, and there was no midfielders. KO at the minute, number 14. He's just got to sit there and do a job, especially when you're under pressure with Louisville like they are. Look, they're pressing so high. You're seeing the young lad Neyman trying to come in and get on the ball as well, but at the minute they just need to sit tight and just get a little bit more compact. and just weather this pressure.
Louisville City, 3 shots, all 3 on target. Nothing for Loudon United thus far here in the 14th minute. Stats and facts delivered by Liquor Barn, which is now delivering. Download the Liquor Barn app or order online today at liquorbarn.com.
See the head coach, Ryan Martin, look, he stood there with his hands on his hips at the minute. He was pacing up and down the line 2 minutes ago. Now he's just obviously composing his thoughts. He's a very, very clever manager. We spoke about this, the way he spoke about the game and the formations and how he sees player development and the player development that he's been involved in. He'll work it out. He'll give them another game model to sort out, but at the minute, it's just the Louisville pressure's just causing them a little bit too much. They can't get hold of the game in midfield. They're dominating the midfield at the minute.
Measure it. And we'll go into touch, throw back to Lou City.
Yeah, next time home coach comes out and we have a good ball.
Throw for Jimenez.
That's what they're so good at, Louisville. They'll build up so well. And if you come pressed, they'll get between the lines, and it's going to be a great education for the young lads from Loudon.
Here's Pay again in an advanced spot. Whistles across away, headed on frame and out of play. That one off target.
It's just too easy, isn't it? There's no pressure on that delivery. He's had 2 great opportunities now. McCabe would be disappointed. He could have 2 goals to his name. You can see him looking up to the sky. He knows, man of his quality. Pay again, look, he's got so much time. He lets that ball settle, picks out a lovely ball, and McCabe just a little bit too late, gets underneath it. He'll be very disappointed with that opportunity.
Now into the second quarter hour of this match, brought to you by Republic Bank. Sitting at 3/4 the length of this field, Slugger Field. Just retain possession and settle it down. Loudon United may have a chance to get back in this.
You just see, look, 2 midfielders there. That's when if they could just pull out a little bit, they're compacting it over there, and that's where I think Loudon could just get on the ball. Neyman pulls out this way. They're on the same line. Him and KO are often on the same line, so there's no out ball in that midfield to try and get out. That's a much better shape there.
Come back to Douay. Suwahi.
Lovely
move. Crossing halfway.
Lovely move there from Davis the fourth. Just drifted inside to create up that whole space for Jimenez. Just a little bit too slow, but it was a lovely movement. He just came in off that left-hand channel straight inside, and it created such a nice space. John Ackworth, he'll be happy so far. His team's dominated, been good in wide areas. He's had 3 or 4 great opportunities. He'll be very happy.
Cooper's certainly very happy with the fast start here tonight. Now in our 18th minute.
We still need more Irish.
And everything being controlled by Lou City, crossing halfway once more. Wide open spaces and pasture now. McCabe gives it a go and puts it over the top. It is a shooting gallery thus far for Callie Brown.
It's got to be better for McCabe though. Great opportunity. I love it here. Here we spoke about Jimenez. Look, just getting forward. He draws him in and then just gives it a lovely little flick on the outside of his foot. Weighted perfectly to McCabe. He does everything right. He gets a touch and he goes for power. He's just got to slot it. He doesn't need to hit it that hard. He's done everything right. Great little touch and then just goes for power and puts it over. Could be sitting on a hat trick 20 minutes in.
Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the finest leagues in the world since 1947. Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit selectsportamerica.com. A first-minute goal for Magnus Rasmussen, the difference here. Great Dane getting his 6th goal of the season.
Look at, he's dropped him. Loudon now, you can see they've dropped into a bit more of a lower pressure block now, because the last 3 times they've high pressed and they've got out every time, Louisville City, and now they're just dropping off. And as you mentioned, it's going to be great for these players, these young players, you know what I mean? He's got full belief in them, they've got quality, but this is now the game. This is why they're playing, and this is why they've come into the USL Championship, because you play against quality like this, where they can dictate the game and they can pull you around with their movement. And this is exactly what they're doing. Look at this space here now with Jimenez out. And when you've got these type of players with quality on the ball, it becomes a long afternoon.
We'll work it to Presley. That high press has gotten them burned a couple of times, like a good bourbon going down the back of your throat. Although that's a little more smooth.
Smooth.
At least it should be.
Not the amount of not the amount of driving I do. I don't get those opportunities to get those bourbons.
Just had the liquor barn. That bourbon delivered. Stepping up in the right place, breaking the line. Spencer. And it's a play on from our referee, Marcos de Oliveira. Good turn from Bustamante. He's a DC United homegrown. That one whistled in to Benjamin Lunt.
And look how quickly it's released. Already it's back in playing at the halfway line. And now you've got these 2 midfielders trying to defend, and they're just getting caught out. It's been tough for KO and Neyman in that midfield at the minute against Rasmussen.
The crossover, hold up Rasmussen, leaving it back, shot on the way, whistled over the top once more. And the shot statistic piling up here for Louisville City. They're going to want to be a little more clinical, though. You don't want it to come back to haunt you.
Listen, this could end up being 4 or 5 at the minute, because the way that they're manipulating the ball into this, again, Davis, the fall too easy, look, just comes in, no pressure there on Rasmussen, just lays it off for Masoso to come in and hit it. There's just no pressure on the ball, and that's, you know, you've got 2 young lads in there. You've got KO number 14, and you've got Neyman number 44.
Much of the area play continues,
and it's going to be a great afternoon for them, because they've got to work it out in a minute, because they need to protect their back four.
Finally Griffin Yao on the ball.
Put 2 balls now into Murphy, and they're picked off. He's playing up there on his own, Murphy. He's playing against 2 solid centre-backs in Tosh and Suue. So when that ball gets played in, he's finding it so hard, because he's just getting pressured so much. So maybe what they can do is look for one of the midfielders to maybe come in off the line and go in behind and miss him out, and just relieve that pressure a little bit.
Came to Pay. There's been one-way traffic thus far. 23rd minute, Pay getting in there. Will beat it to the line? No. No, we pulled back. So a foul just outside the 18 near side. A little too tough from Lundegaard.
He's having a tough time, Lundegaard, out here at the minute.
Just 16 years old.
And it's
playing at Slugger Field for the first time.
Great, and he's playing against McCabe, who's been in the league and scores goals and been around the block, and he's playing against Pay, who's quality, been in the MLS, been involved, and so it's a great education for him, and he's just got to understand that he can't dive in. If he dives in on the edge of the box, he's going to give away free kicks, he's going to get caught. He just needs to work his feet as a young lad and just stay disciplined in his defending.
McCabe scored a free kick from a little beyond this point against Charleston. Oh. That one was skirting to the back post.
Tosh
running on late was Tosh.
Just Rasmussen there, just outside, almost faded it the wrong way. He needs to bend that in, and he's hit that out to the corner flag. Tried to work it. Look, coming onto his left foot and just gets.
Oh yeah, that
ball's too slow.
It's like it hit the outside of his foot.
Yeah, look, it's too slow. So he's already passed the ball, and that's why it's just spun off him. But a little bit like one of my golf shots this morning. Standing too close to the ball, pinged it out to the right.
As long as you don't hit anybody.
No.
If you can still play the ball, you're good. Even if it's 2 holes over.
It's not how, it's how many, right? It's not how, it's how many.
Right.
That's what I keep telling myself.
24th minute, 1-0 to the good here for Lou City. Riding 4-match unbeaten run. Trying to make it 5 inside the area. I'll give it a go. Big save made. Still work to do to clean it up. And it will come back the other way.
Brown's done ever so well there, especially on a slippery turf.
Check the injury. As Masoso was in a very good position with a so-so finishing opportunity.
Again, look, ball just given away, and they say Del Piccolo first time straight in that little gap, brilliant. Pulls it back perfect. Rasmussen coming in, just trying to go across his body. Again, look, little cut back there, goes across his body, keeper does excellent, and then there, you see the little knee to his head there, which is why referee does very, very well, stops the game straight away. You can see him take a knee, brave from the goalkeeper, but again, look, far too easy through the centre of the field there.
Training staff continuing to tend to Brown.
But that's the beauty of this game, it's still only 1-0. You get into half-time at 1-0, doesn't matter what they throw at you.
Smash and grab.
Now you know what's happening, now you can make those adjustments at half-time. You come out and then you can solve it. It's just if Louisville City nick another goal now, then I'm concerned that the floodgates might open in the current form.
Fans, make sure you follow Lou City FC and the rest of the USL Championship all season long on ESPN Plus, home to the USL, MLS, UFC, and a whole lot more. Join the over 2 million sports fans who have already discovered ESPN Plus and watch the championship live every week. Sign up today at ESPNplus.com.
Brilliant there, you just see a couple of shots. See Ryan Martin with his young group. They're all talking. The head coach is listening. You wouldn't think that in the modern day, right? You'd normally think the coach is giving them instructions, but there you see Ryan Martin listening, and his young 15-year-old player is moving about. I don't know what's happening here. I think for me, it looked like he's saying, every time I step into the space, the man's in the hole behind me, because that's where they're getting hurt. They're getting hurt in front of their back four, and that's, for me, is really KO's job and Neyman, who's sitting in there, and they're struggling with that at the minute. You see Spencer coming off, you see McCabe coming inside, you see Jules, so beg your pardon, you see Davis the fourth coming inside too easily. And there you see the head coach just listening, asking them. Brilliant.
Made it a point. You want all 11 of your players to figure things out together.
Brilliant.
Sometimes the best coaching is listening.
Exactly right. That's quality. That's quality.
Backup keeper tonight is Colin Miller. Getting put through the paces right now by the training staff. Should Callie Brown be able to continue, the Leesburg, Virginia native, so he'll be playing in his hometown here by August at their new stadium.
You can see there, he took a knee as he came through. He took a shin pad almost to the side of the head. That's a tough one. He's out. You can see his disappointment. Looks like it there from his face. Can't take the risk. They seem to be having fun, don't they? Look at them. Full of smiles. Beautiful for the city, what's happening there with the stadium coming in and how they're building. They've won 2 championships. You know, it's obviously a proper sports industry, sports city anyway, and I think it's quality what's happening up there and how they're doing it.
Coopers have been the standard in the Eastern Conference now for years, back to 2015. And yes, groundbreaking last year at Butchertown Stadium, it is going to be a gem in the USL Championship for years to come. And you talk about a fan base with the 2 championships that the club has earned. They have certainly earned another place to call home.
So you've got the new rule with a head injury, right?
Yes.
Don't have to make a sub. So the goalkeeper can come in.
Be checked out.
Be checked out. Oh, he looks okay as he is now, but he can be checked out and then come back in. I think that's a good rule. He's done well, Brown. They need him. There's no doubt about that.
So first of those changes are going to be at the goalkeeper position, which is, if you're subbing a goalkeeper in the first half, that puts you behind the 8 ball.
I've been in these situations and they can go very well or they can go horribly wrong very quick. And this is now going to be a great opportunity for Miller to come in. But yeah, look, you can see a little cut back there for brilliant. And then just then, side of his head, takes it very difficult. That's a real tough shot for him there, the goalkeeper, Brown. And definitely don't take any risks with that. Great goalkeeping, very brave. But when you get a shin to the side of the head, nothing you can do about that. Here comes Miller. Be a great opportunity.
Miller out of Providence College, signed in February.
What an opportunity.
Guy who is local to the DC United, Loudon United area, grew up in Bel Air, Maryland. And now will make his debut.
What a great story that is for him. Great opportunity. I don't know about that. Look, he ain't got his shin pads on. He ain't got his stuff. I was taught differently, Jeff. I was taught differently.
Be ready.
Oh, my shin pads were on. My tape was ready.
Time.
I was done. I had the only thing I didn't have on whenever I was on the bench was my shirt. But everything else, it was like Velcro pants. If I needed to come on, I was ready.
Like a basketball player.
Manager changes their mind too often, too quick. I didn't want to, oh, you ain't got your stuff on. Someone else go on, no chance.
Yeah, while we wait for Miller to get in, we'll take a look at the goal that happened back in minute number 1.
Brilliant build up, just too much time, so easy there. Gets his head up, picks his spot. Lovely ball into Rasmussen. And Rasmussen's got so much time. He takes a touch and finishes very, very calmly across his body into that far net. And great goal. It's been a story of the game. They've been building up well in those wide areas.
Miller will be...
The good thing is Miller's not being rushed, is he? He is not being rushed.
This will be
I like that in a goalkeeper.
First appearance. Of course, Brown had been splitting time with Earl Edwards Jr., DC United backup.
If you're the goalkeeper coming on now, do you build up and really go for it, or do you just put your foot through it and ease yourself into the game? You got to build up, haven't you? And just show straight away. Here I am. No, he's putting his foot through it.
Signed after a really good MLS combine. And there's your debut. Got it away, and the Coopers were going to enjoy that one.
Happen. It was always going to happen.
Well, he got all of it, right? You said you got to check the footwear.
Brilliant. Couldn't happen. Could be better for the lad. Now he's got to get through that, and that's a great part of the game. That's his debut. That's the nerves. That's the fun part, you know. And
he's only have one chance to make a first impression. Very famous saying. Cable locked it to the far post. Dealt with, and now Presley.
Just got to keep the ball now. Just got to keep the ball for a second, Presley there.
33rd minute, but expect a healthy amount of stoppage time at the end of this first half.
It's been difficult for Murphy up top. He hasn't had much dealt with it. He's done well up there, even though he's feeding on scraps for me, but just got to be played into his feet. If he can get it into his feet, then they'll have a better chance to be able to build up in a minute, Loudon.
This portion of tonight's match brought to you by Sullivan University. On the other side, Lund, not much to do so far tonight. German keeper making his 12th start of the season. Longtime starter Greg Ranjitsing, along with Kyle Smith, joined James O'Connor in Orlando in the offseason.
Lovely touch.
Here's a chance for Nyman. Will roll out. It'll be a throw in the attacking third here for Loudoun United FC.
Lovely little touch around the corner. It was a great run from Basmunte just to create a bit of space and just got stuck under Neyman's toe there just at the end, but better. Want to see him on the ball, the young lad. I watched, as you said, see him in the week and he was so calm and composed. He just hadn't had the chance at the minute.
It's starting to get wet here at Slugger Field. We expected some rain throughout the night. And we saw the slip. We saw the slip earlier.
There it is.
From Colin Miller. There's Presley. Combined with Bustamante. Lumped past halfway, chasing is Spencer. Verfurth.
This is
backed
better.
Up by Hawkins.
A little bit better, a few more passes. I know they might not just be swinging it left to right, but gives him a few more touches.
How about this run from KO? KO into the area, dropped a little easy. And we'll bring it back and will be a foul. The foul was initiated before he fell, trying to keep his feet. Now a golden opportunity for Loudon.
That's what KO is about right there. That's what got him the assist on Wednesday in the game, and that's what he's good at. And he just hasn't had an opportunity. But you know, he reminds me of a Yaya Toure. He reminds me of Patrick Vieira. He's got strength up there. He's got speed. He's holding him off, and he's done right there. It is a foul. The referee's done very well. It is where it was, but
a tactical foul from Matt Rasmussen coming back. And what kind of quality do we have on the dead ball? Bustamante will let it fly. Diving to his right is Luntz. No fuss, no muss here in the 36th.
I think Luntz see that all day long, right? Did very well. Did like that little up and down, right idea. Just feel like it's a bit far away for that type of. I think it needs to be whipped a little bit more.
Flag up. We'll look at this Bustamante offering.
Not bad.
Spinning.
It was coming. Got it up and down well. It was on frame. Just needed a little bit more waz on it, didn't it?
Presley.
So, I'd love it.
A good second half midweek and Swope. And speaking of having a good game Wednesday, it's Griffin Yao. He's had to put his mark on this game. Good hold-up play from the 16-year-old. Patient with the ball now. Bustamante runs into a wall. Coming back, Yao cuts to his right. A little helter-skelter, and Louisville City come out of there with Masoso. Davis keep it in. Expect rain, but you know, it will never dampen the spirits of the support, for sure.
It's brilliant, isn't it?
Yep. Colin Miller really hasn't been tested yet. As the game settled down a little bit here for Loudoun United the last 10 minutes or so.
Corner kick. Is it throwing? Got Jimenez coming over.
Corner kick, Louisville. First of the match for Lou City. McCabe over the ball, expect an outswinger with the right foot. Well, Coopers would love to. In fact, it's an in-swinger.
Oh.
And it got through! It is a goal for Lou City. And Totes got a touch. And when it rains, it pours for Loudon United.
It's a sneaky little delivery into that near post from Jimenez, but it's a wonderful run from Tosh. And how you see him enjoy it there, tucking his shirt into his shorts, sticking his chest out. But again, it's too easy. You see just a lovely ball into near post. It's standard and a great touch. See Presley, that's his job. You can see he's holding his hands in his head. Number 12 there gets caught in the near post, but the service is perfect and the time is brilliant from Tosh. It's a great run. So all he needs is a finish, something that you draw up on a training ground, but he'll be disappointed with that for me, Presley there, because he knows, he would have known that. He'd have been told that they would have a near post corner. He'll have known his role there and he just gets caught.
That Toach goal presented by Kentucky Lottery, fueling imagination, funding education, Kentucky Lottery. So he's been the hero as of late. Sean Toach, of course, had the big penalty in the US Open Cup against Birmingham Legion.
And I watched him a couple of weeks ago and he played as a number 6 and holding mid, and he looked like he kind of really enjoyed that bit of freedom.
Yeah,
you know,
you were a defender.
You know, when you're in that midfield role and now you're stroking it around the field, but he does well there. You know, he's a great player. He's technical. He knows the game. He understands the game. He plays within his capabilities, and his capabilities are good. And there you see him nipping in front post and getting himself a goal. So, all credit to him.
The other end now, opportunity for Loudon United to pull one back. Sent to the far post. Still work to do for Lou City. Job done. Toach off the corner makes it 2-0.
It's nice for Miller there as well. We just spoke about him coming on with his moment and slipping, obviously, for his goal kick, but very calm there. Just flipped one out to the right back. Lovely little ball.
Hopkins and Verfurth have been under duress most of the night.
And they've been forced to do that a lot, the back four. They've been forced with the pressure to have to go long, and when they've gone long, the quality's not been good enough into that lad there up top, Murphy. He's had to fight for the first 40 minutes. They've got to get that quality as they get pressure. Just try and break a line and get into the feet of maybe Yao, maybe Presley coming inside a little bit.
Slip it in, Pay.
That's boys to men, that. Nothing wrong with that challenge at all. Lundenberg got caught, didn't know he was coming on the blind side, and Pay just gets on that underlap again and gets him out of the way.
Yao got booked, drew the foul. KO. Lundegaard. Bustamante to the ground. We expect a fair amount of stoppage time after the injury to starting keeper Callie Brown.
Tell you what's amazing, the amount of ball that Louisville's had, and we haven't really been talking much about Del Picchio and his qualities, because he is, but he's sat in there and done a fantastic job, the captain. To see him there, number 36. But normally he's the one getting on the ball, pulling the strings, but
sometimes it's a thankless job. The guy that does the dirty work. Yao trying to get by Pay. Two quality talents. Lost the throw back. Lundegaard combining inside. Saw the area. And being warded out of trouble was Bustamante. Sent back in, flick header wide of the target.
He had an opportunity when he went through. I thought he was just going to maybe toe poke it. He done very well and then got rushed out as he went across the box. Murphy just trying to get the header, but no real power on the ball as it gets flicked up back post.
McCabe, combined with Spencer, will make the run. From the byline it goes, and in behind for a goal kick. 43rd minute, 2-0 Louisville City FC.
Nothing wrong with that with Hawkins and Spencer. That'll be nice. Little argy-bargy, and then you see the big centre forward going into the byline, but again. McCabe coming inside, lovely little flick on the outside, and there you see those two go body to body, and why not? Hawkins has to stamp his authority on the game, and why not knock the wily old centre forward into the boards? No harm in that.
Sam, you look at Louisville City, we mentioned earlier, you've got 33 seasons of experience between these players. Spencer now in his third, McCabe in his fifth. About that relationship you develop, knowing where each other are on the field. You have those repetitions and training all week. It's not just a system, but it's knowing tendencies of your teammates.
No, I totally agree, and I think the key point to that is, we're talking about a Louisville City here. For me, I feel in this 43 minutes of dominated possession, they switched it well. They found it really hard for me, Loudon United, at the minute to get control in midfield, and I think they've had free reign to do what they want. Switching play like this is a prime example, from left to right, with no real pressure on the ball.
McCabe, stick by Lundegaard, send it upfield, and job done. 45th minute. 5 minutes of stoppage will come. We'll check the injury here. Lundegaard down. 16-year-old Huntingtown, Virginia native, in considerable pain. This will be the first yellow card of the match, presented by Four Roses Bourbon. And it's going to go on Taylor Pay.
You're not going to see Taylor Pay pull out of that challenge there. All right, his foot's up a little bit, but the ball's bouncing. He's worked tirelessly up and down that right-hand side, and that ball's there to be won. His expectations is he has to win that ball.
It's taken over 44 minutes to have our first yellow card. He'll take it.
He just goes in for it. I don't know if it's necessarily nothing malicious. He's just trying to get it. And then you obviously, there's yellow card from McCabe.
It's been a second Four Roses Bourbon yellow card as McCabe got one. That one had a lot behind it. Stoppage time is presented by Sullivan University. 5 minutes of it have been added by the fourth official.
It's going to be interesting half time. This is where it's going to be real good for Ryan Martin to see what he comes out in the second half at the minute, because he's finding it difficult. They're finding it difficult to get control of the ball at the minute. They see Yao 15 just trying to get into the game, but hasn't really had the time. It's a fast game, they're pressing you quick. They're going to have to ask for different questions in the second half.
50-50 won by Loudon. Two-way. The veterans on this team can't get it into an advanced position. Here's George Davis, the fourth. Del Piccolo. First half stoppage time. 5 minutes minimum. Long switch, knocked down by McCabe. Now turned over. And doing defensive diligence is Rasmussen. Yao
Brilliant.
gets by. Yao will put it on frame. Save made by Lund.
That's exactly what we're speaking about from Yao. Young lad, that was excellent, because he was getting pulled back. Rasmussen had his arm. He had caught him. Referee couldn't see it, but great tenacity. He reminds me a little bit of Eden Hazard. I know that sounds crazy, but the way that he's strong and he can keep his balance and still get a shot off, that's what we were speaking about just before, where a lad went through. He didn't take the shot. At least Yao takes the shots.
Hazard now retired. Somebody's got to pick up the mantle. Why not Griffin Yao? Griffin Yao played for the United States in the CONCACAF U17 championship, so he's a guy who has international experience and potential as his career moves forward. Just 16 years old now. 2 goals on the season, the DC United homegrown.
That's where he's got to learn to defend. That's where Yao has to learn. At the highest level, you cannot come flying out like that and not hit the brakes, because they're already building up in a 3v2 down his side of the field, and he's trying to jog back in. That'll be a big learning curve. You'll see that on video, where you go in there, you've got to be 100% win the ball, or it's going to get popped round, and then you're outside. Your fullback's getting 2v1.
On the 4th minute of stoppage time, gets it back in play. Tosh scored that second goal. Answer from that back line. Davis. Soso, McCabe, and leaving it back. Shot on the way. Deflection on its way out. Should be a corner. And that is the case.
It's been a difficult 45 minutes for Lingard out on this left-hand side. He's stepping in when he shouldn't, and they're combining to go wide. He's staying wide, and they're playing narrow. And what he has to do is he needs to control Yao on this left-hand side. They have to defend in numbers, and they're not the minute he's getting isolated, and it's actually really causing him a lot of problems.
2 waiting. Menez down in the area. Got a reaction from the crowd. 45 ticks left before that halftime whistle from Piccolo. Into the area, one-touch shot from Swahi.
Swahi's got such a... If the ball gets pulled back for him, he does everything right, but there's about 4 different options. You see Spencer, he could have got it.
Well, if you're Swahi, you saw Toch get a goal. You want to get one yourself. Yao with the switch. Due, the leaders at 27 years old, along with Murphy, the captain, who are the example setters in the USL Championship setup. And we talked with Ryan Martin about some of those DC United players who, when they share the pitch, have been so instrumental. Wayne Rooney being one of those.
It was really good, wasn't it, when he spoke about that and how they build that into the philosophy.
A foul. And we'll have the halftime whistle. There will be no upcoming free kick. So Marcos de Oliveira not going to win any popularity contests from the fans as the rain falls down, and it has been a drippy first half for Loudon United FC as they trail 2-0. Rasmussen and Toch, the goal scorers.
Yeah, you see a lot of body language there, a lot of conversations, trying to work out when do I step. 2 centre-backs walking off there, you can see them trying to work out when do I step. Hawkins and Verfurth just trying to sort out the movement here. You see the first opportunity. Pay's got so much time, he just gets his head up, pulls it back to Rasmussen. He takes a touch and then slots it across his body into the far post for a wonderful first half goal. And then there it is, the second one. Look, it's all about the delivery for me. Brilliant, brilliant delivery. Toch comes in, knows exactly what he's doing. Thank you very much. Tucks his shirt in.
Halftime show next.
Toyota is coming back to the track that it's dominated for years, July 11th through the 13th. Watch him go for 3 wins in a row at the Quaker State 400. Register to win 4 tickets at your Kentuckiana Toyota dealers, with 2 winners drawn each week. And check out all the new Toyotas built in the USA, the official vehicles of Kentucky Speedway. Get a low-mileage lease on an exciting new 2019 Camry for $209 a month, or get $1,500 cash back. Toyota, let's go places.
Here's a question for you. If you had the flu, would you go to your accountant to get treated? Would you have your mechanic pull your teeth? Of course not. But too many times people are making the huge mistake of hiring the wrong lawyer for their personal injury case. Lawyers that are jack of all trades and masters of none. When you hire Morgan & Morgan, whether it's for workers' compensation or personal injury, you know your lawyer does just that, all day, every single day. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
Hall of Fame jockey Mike Smith is off. He's in the lead. He's heading to find Wines, and oh, an outstanding choice there. Mike's going to go wide, but he's heading into Bourbon Turn, and it's Justified. Gaining ground to Craft Beers, but wait, he's stopping for a taste at the line. It's Mike Smith for the win.
Hello, Chad.
Good to see you again, Mr. Smith.
Liquor Barn, where Kentuckians go to celebrate life.
Wind out of the west, fishing's best. I mean, that's, every fisherman knows.
I like that saying.
Tell you that.
I'm going to use that on TV.
Nice weather is not the best fishing conditions. You a lot of times want some wind, you want some cloud cover. If you have full sun and you're fishing clear water, it's really, really, really hard to catch fish. Oh, we got a fish on.
Well, we've got some good weather and we've got our first fish of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Chad, you've been out on the water since you were a kid. I know there's been a time when a storm came up and got you.
You know, when you work every single day outside and you have conditions that may not be favorable for a camera, sometimes you have to know exactly what the weather's going to do. You may have to cancel, you may have to change your plans.
Every single kind of weather element plays a huge factor.
Pressure, wind, temperature.
I think I need to catch another fish.
I rely on the weather and I tune into WDRB. An accurate forecast is crucial to productive fishing.
It is halftime in Louisville. Lou City FC 2-0 to the good against Loudon United FC. Our halftime report brought to you by Game On Mouth Guards. Jeff Radcliffe, Sam Stockley here with you as the rain starting to pick up a little bit, and it has been a soggy first half for the visitors.
It's been a difficult one for the young group. It really, really has, but I think it's going to be a great learning curve for them, and there's so many things they can take away from it. But no, they're playing against a good Louisville City that have some quality, but this guy's now going into his halftime team talk. He's 2 down, and he's got a group full of young lads that are all, he knows them inside out. You know, we spoke to about him in the week. Yeah, you can see all the things that he's done. Since he's been named as the head coach and where he's been. This isn't a guy that's just walked on the block and got a job. This is a guy that's been doing the footwork for years and years. He's been in recruiting fields. He's been in recruiting classes. He's built USL clubs before at Cincinnati with players there, and now he's got his opportunity to go back into his academy that he built 4 years ago with his staff to now handpick the players through it. And what I loved about what he spoke about most of all was that one of their thing is grit. They want to be known as gritty. They want to always work. They want to graft, and that's why they profiled and franchised someone like Wayne Rooney as a centre forward who has all of those as a working class man and player in his career, and that's now going to trickle right the way through the club.
Well, whether you call it the Dirty River Derby or the River Cities Cup, it is back on. 4-4-2 is the even split between FC Cincinnati and Louisville City, dating back to those big matchups in 2016. The last one won by Cincinnati, but it's different this time. FC Cincinnati now an MLS club, so you know those Louisville guys in that locker room are looking forward to this game on Wednesday.
100%. What a game that's going to be. Look at those two powerful teams up in that area. Obviously now the MLS tag with Cincinnati, so what a game, what an opportunity.
Now let's take a quick spin around United Soccer Leagues.
Brown to find Lacroix. Now it's Musso. What a hit! Ryan Brown. Oh, that is electric from Phoenix on the break. Shot post wide. Defensive juggernaut for both of these squads. Here we go again. Steinberger on the turn. It's going to fall through. Allen! Just like that, it's 3-3. Alex Bassetti making a darting run. It finds its way all the way to Bassetti. Lays it off. Still an opportunity. Brown! Taylor again. There's a menacing attack. Taylor lets it go. And there's the opener for North Carolina FC.
Frankie comes inside on Watson. Acres of space here for the left wing back. Forbes now pinching in space to shoot. He drives it and beats far.
Toes first Van Okel. Will this seal a spot? The fourth round. Number 4 delivers. 90th minute, Louisville leads at home again.
Into the 6-yard area, and it's Cicerone who wins in the air and restores St. Louis FC's 2-goal advantage.
So here comes Wynn.
Is this onside? It is. A chance for Nashville to equalize, and they do! Carlton Belmar. Charleston into this round with 2 goals. And now, he sends them into the 4th round. Charleston with the upset. Gonna tie his shoe while action goes on around him. Oh, good chance here for Lima. Up against the top scorer. Frater puts it in. New Mexico United in front. That's kept in play. Skundrit's the initial effort. Another cross. Headed in! Winner Manova at the death!
Sac Republic, big win. Open Cup really heating up as we go into that round with the MLS teams joining. So we take also a look at the news and notes around the league. Tampa Bay Rowdies, their first loss in all competitions against Oklahoma City, but right now breaking away in the East. Earning wins in their last 4 matches. Loudon United again, we talked about that ad nauseum tonight. Ryan Martin, big win against Swope Park midweek. And 26 players from the USL Championship and League One going to compete in the CONCACAF Gold Cup. What do we see when we look at the standings? Well, a lot of the same. The Rowdies at the top, New York Red Bulls too, inching up. Who's been impressive here for you here in the East?
For me, you can't take your eyes off Tampa Bay Rowdies. The way that they're performing and how they're pressing. You know, I know that I've spoken about it before. The fitness guy that they have down there, Pete Calbrace, and what he's doing with that group, they're exciting. But you know, all the way down, look at the Bethlehem Steel, all the way up. You know, quality right the way through the league.
Don't forget, Ant Pulis has a couple of games in hand with St. Louis. They've been really solid this year as well. Upcoming schedule, a lot of these games coming up tonight. Memphis and Indy 11. Tomorrow you got Bethlehem Steel, Nashville FC. Then June 15th, a busy night. As you can see in our Player of the Month nominees, who can get your vote? Boy, Kiesewetter has been solid all year long. John McCarthy keeps keeping the house in order in net.
I've studied this list before, pre-show, pre-game, and everything. And it's so difficult for you to be able to say who you're going to take from here because they've all got such good. You know, they've all got such good records or speak so much about their game at the moment.
Scores from around the USL Championship this weekend. It was last night getting things started. Atlanta United losing at home against New York Red Bulls 2. Halftime, it's Hartford and St. Louis, a goal apiece. And just underway, you see Charleston getting the edge. As the rain getting the edge on us in Louisville. The game on halftime report continues after this. Lou City FC up 2-0.
Toyota's coming back to the track that it's dominated for years. July 11th through the 13th. Watch them go for 3 wins in a row at the Quaker State 400. Register to win 4 tickets at your Kentuckiana Toyota dealers, with 2 winners drawn each week. And check out all the exciting new Toyotas, the official vehicles of Kentucky Speedway. Get a low-mileage lease on the adventurous all-new 2019 RAV4 for just $209 a month. Toyota, let's go places.
Complaining about your allergies won't make them go away, but calling Family Allergy and Asthma can. We offer the most effective treatments available to help you find relief. No more symptoms means no more complaining. Family Allergy and Asthma.
Hall of Fame jockey Mike Smith is off. He's in the lead. He's heading to find Wines, and oh, an outstanding choice there. Mike's going to go wide, but he's heading into Bourbon Turn, and it's Justified. Gaining ground to Craft Beers, but wait, he's stopping for a taste at the line. It's Mike Smith for the win.
Hello, Chad. Good to see you again, Mr. Smith.
Liquor Barn, where Kentuckians go to celebrate life.
Since 1923, Corsair Charities has shown children their potential instead of their obstacles. So they see the world as a place of possibility, where great things can take flight. When you support Corsair Charities, you help elevate every aspect of a child's life. Together, our kids, an entire community, can reach new heights. There's so much more to do. Join us by donating today.
How do you beat the heat this summer? WDRB has a big deal for your family.
We're talking $30 off every season pass to celebrate 30 years of Kentucky Kingdom and Hurricane Bay. It can pay for itself in one visit. It includes free parking and unlimited rides all season long. But there's a time limit on this offer. Get WDRB's big deal now. $30 off a season pass to Kentucky Kingdom and Hurricane Bay before this deal dries up.
Isn't it time to finally do something about your allergies? Rush allergy shots at Family Allergy and Asthma can begin to work in as little as 1 day, so you can find permanent relief faster than ever. Don't wait to feel better. Family Allergy and Asthma.
Back at Slugger Field, the rain continuing to fall. Lou City FC, Loudon United here is our game on halftime report wrapping up. We go to those first half highlights, and you didn't have time to settle into your seat or get a beverage before Louisville struck.
Straight away, Pay there you see getting his head up, picking his pass. Rasmussen there taking his touch. I love this touch here, look. Settles himself down, then just pulls that across his body into the far post. Completely in control of that finish. Excellent first start. And again, you see Spencer coming off, causing problems. Midfielder running, going beyond. Great little cutback. Rasmussen there again having an opportunity, and this is where the goalkeeper takes a kick to the side of the head. Great goalkeeping, brave goalkeeping, but unfortunately he had to come off because of that.
Led to the keeper change.
But dominated those wide areas all first half. There you see Basmonte, beg your pardon there, just drifting one up and over the wall. A little bit too far out for me to be able to get his power, and then a wonderful ball here, set piece into the near post. Jimenez with his quality, Tosh getting his touch with his run. Just see there, Presley there, disappointed with himself, not doing his defensive roles.
Look at our Liquor Barn halftime stats. Now delivering. Download the Liquor Barn app or order online today at liquorbarn.com. And it is underway here in half number 2 as we dance you between the raindrops at Slugger Field. Jeff Radcliffe, Sam Stockley, our entire crew happy to stay dry with you. And immediately going on the offensive, Loudon United, they made a change at half as Lundegaard, who was playing that left back spot, has come off for Andrew Loudon, the 27-year-old veteran out of Erie, Pennsylvania.
He had a difficult night, the young lad, the 16-year-old. You know, we spoke about it in the first half. He got caught, he didn't know whether to step. They were having a lot of success. McCabe down the right-hand side in the first half, and it doesn't surprise me that they brought him off.
All substitutions brought to you by MHS Global. Above and beyond once Louisville starts subbing there. So 2 Loudon changes have already been made 45 minutes in. None yet for Lou City. And now the footing going to be an issue. This portion of tonight's game brought to you by Lunazul Tequila, the official tequila of Lou City. Coach Davis, the 4th, the pitter-patter of the raindrops. Folks retreating underneath the awnings on the second deck here at Slugger Field. One of the challenges, and you've been in this situation before, you have a commanding lead as far as possession, 61% of it, out shooting this team by a large margin, 14-3. Sometimes you count them out of that locker room. It was dry and warm, and you come back out into this environment, you fall asleep a little bit, and then that's when you get socked between the eyes on a goal that cuts that lead into 2-1.
I think it's the most difficult scoreline in the game, 2-0. Because you get a goal and the complete momentum changes. All of a sudden you gain momentum, you're 2-1 down, you can nick an easy goal straight, you can nick a goal straight away. And then obviously if you score the 3rd goal for Louisville City, then the game's pretty much over for me, and I think that's a difficult scoreline, 2-0. I think what you see is Loudon have done exactly what you want them to do. They've come out in attacking mode, they've got to get a goal, they understand the importance of starting sharp. They've just experienced it in the first half of Louisville City, starting sharp and pressing and getting that goal in the first minute of the game.
revisiting our Vision Works what to look for.
And Louisville City, they've got to keep pushing because this is a quality side. It might be a young side, but it's a quality side. And if you give them time and space, they can cause you problems. So, you know, Louisville's got to keep going. They've got to keep trying to get this opportunity. And this will be typified by the lad 19 for me, Louisville City, Jimenez. Every opportunity to get forward, he's gone, whether it's the first minute or the last minute of the game. And that's what I love about him.
Loudon, a bright start, some energy coming out of the locker room. And now we'll win it along the left side with Yao one-on-one with Sawahi. A mismatch pace-wise.
Yes!
The way it in! A golazo! And what a goal, the third of the season for Griffin Yao, and that is wow!
Oh, it's unbelievable. What a strike from the young lad. Talk about it. He's there against the centre-back who's trying to pull him down. He has an arm, look, does well. Look, cuts inside. The moment he sets him up here, it's brilliant. In, out, head up, perfect. Look at that, buried far corner. What a strike from the young lad, brilliant.
Have a go. And that will fire up Loudon United FC. They're in this match now.
That changes the game. This is exactly what we said. Changes the game right there. What a finish there from the young lad. Brilliant.
Goal of the week material, for sure.
Just excellent the way he come inside, almost like Thierry Henry.
That was sloppy coming back on the challenge. And the yellow first of the match on the Loudon United player. Going to go to Moses Nyman.
Yeah, Nyman there kicks out, silly. Can't do that. Sometimes you've got to respect it. Sometimes you just got to respect the fact that there's a player between the ball when you can't win it. Good defending is making that player go backwards and playing backwards. That's still good defending, and he's just overpressed there. And now that's going to cost him on a slippery surface. With 40 minutes to go, he can't make a mistake now, the young lad.
Another Four Roses yellow card presented by Four Roses Bourbon. That one sliding over the line. Corner kick, Lou City FC. They've seen their lead cut in half here in the early going of this first half. Griffin Yao.
But you see as well, you've got Presley there. He's now moved number 12 for Loudon. He's now moved back to right back. So that'll be a good little role for him.
And swinging corner kick coming. Low liner at the edge of the 6. Coming out to challenge. There's Loudon, now Spencer. He'll get a move on. Gets the ball across and right in the hands of Colin Miller. Game opening up here.
This will
Field
suit
gets
Loudon.
Wetter and wetter, yeah. Cheo on the right side now, sending it into the area.
Murphy's not got that time to take the touch. Tried to be clever and take the touch. He just needed to hit that first time again, but see KO picking that ball up. He can travel 60 yards so quick, KO, number 14. Does so well there, the young lad, driving that ball up the field.
Davis the 4th. Slipped that one in. Chance from Masoso, couldn't manufacture a chance created.
He was looking for a little combination with Rasmussen as he came inside. He was looking for a little give and go, but Rasmussen wasn't on the same page then.
Coach keeps it alive. Swahi played back to Luntz just to keep him into the game. Didn't have much of a chance on that Yao goal.
No chance at all. What a finish.
And you would think goalkeepers hate playing in the rain more than anybody because that ball tends to skip on you.
It was past him before he even knew.
And you're just standing there getting wetter. You're not even running. Yeah.
Oh, don't feel sorry for goalkeepers. That's their job, innit? Keep it out of the net. Keep it out of the net.
You don't, you're worthless, huh?
Not at all. I'd never be a goalie.
I always say, you talk to most field players, is you got a bit of a screw loose to play that position.
Oh, yeah, it's a different goalkeepers union, isn't it? It's completely different.
Play on. Coming up the left side. Served into the area. Coach got ahead to it.
See, that service isn't going to help. that service ain't going to help them. They need it slid in on the floor. Good little runs off the surface.
Presley whistles one in. Had some swerve on it.
Louisville City is strong. They can defend crosses. They want you to go wide. Their structure sets you up to go wide to serve, but it's where Loudon United need to get in behind the back line, and then can they cut the ball back? Little clever runs.
Rasmussen showing his class. Ahead to Spencer. He'll play the diagonal ball. Tracking back is Dewey. Not out of the woods yet. Now Piccolo. Run continues.
Lining up back post there. Lining up, they were back post. Dewey had to win that.
Griffin Yao is down behind the play. In fact, 2 Loudon United players on the deck. Yao up. Dewey.
They're not knocking it out.
And we'll just have a go.
Goalkeeper's angry. Says the ball should go out, but why should it? I don't understand that. Yeah, it's a gentleman thing to do, but the lad's gone down, he's got up, he's gone down, he's got up.
Yeah, there's nothing in the rule book saying you have to.
I understand it. I'm all about conduct. I'm all about gentlemanly conduct. Of course.
And now appears to be okay. The thumbs up.
Just got caught with a knee as the ball got delivered in the box. He was the one serving, and he got caught with a knee. But here, Rasmussen there just gets it out of his body and hits that.
Ooh, head on a swivel.
Midfield play, eh? Head on a swivel. He just gets caught. Good defending from Dowie, but just gets caught. You can see him looking down there.
Dewey being checked out by the training staff, so he'll continue.
He's moved on to that left-hand side to deal with the outside, to deal with the McCabe and Pay down that right-hand side. They've moved him out there. It's where he played in the week against Swope Park Rangers and done very, very well. He was playing right back first half, and he moved this second half. He started at left back, and again, that's the tactical mind. You can already see there, Ryan Martin, management team, right, what's going wrong? Okay, well, we're getting hurt down the right-hand side. How can we fix that? Well, let's move this player over here. It's brilliant. You know, all the different pieces that go into it.
We enter the match, the next opportunity. 56th minute, 2-1 Louisville. New City striking twice. It's right after the opening whistle and once before the halftime whistle. Loudon has come to life on Griffin Yao's wonder goal. Presley. It's tripped up. No, good stick tackle by Tel Piccolo. That gets a good ovation here. Davis the fourth. Steps over. Tracked down by Niall McCabe. Irishman puts it on spin cycle and it's out to Pay. Spencer down in the area. Shot to the back post and just misses to the left.
Spencer does brilliant in the build-up, though. The centre forward comes out to Rasmussen there for another effort. Everything seems to drop to him. He comes underneath things so well. His timing at the edge of the box. But for me, great little run in here. Can beat out here, but look at Spencer keeping it alive. Look, little flick inside and then still gets a toe on it. And that's what creates the time to get out to Rasmussen. And he just opens up, tries to put it in that far corner. But good battle there. You know, you miss those little things from a centre forward. It's important, those little toes. You know that's what we spoke about in the first half, about understanding your teammates. And you know if you're playing with Spencer, I know if I'm playing with Luke Spencer up top, I'm always going to get a chance of something coming to me at the edge of the box.
Cheap giveaway by Loudon United. Now Piccolo appealing for a handball. Play continues. Rasmussen much on that attempt. Presley will look to bring it out.
Again, it's a story of the first half.
Goalkeeper's in
problems.
pins topple. Swahi. Near side, Jimenez. Jimenez coming into this match, leading the team, 39 chances created. See why. Modern type of fullback that loves to get up in the attack.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. I love watching him play.
Helps when you have George Davis fourth in front of you.
I just think he creates so much time. He gives George Davis, the fourth, so much time because he's always an option either on the overlap or support. So it creates time.
Davis ran out of real estate. And we're going behind for a goal kick. Well, despite being outclassed on the stat sheet, Loudon United are in it.
100% they're in it.
Going on the road in the USL Championship, sometimes you got to be lucky as opposed to good.
That's great build up there. Really good play. Nice, calm and composed. Worked it one side, pulled it back round the other for a little runner.
Presley with a full head of steam puts it to the near post, knowing that that ball is wet. Once able to corral it.
Yeah, he miscued it. He's not trying to shoot near post there. He's trying to bend it just in the space along the 6-yard box. Taking the touch, worked it brilliantly outside to him here, Presley. And as he comes forward, all he's trying to do is just leave it in that space there, and he just catches it a little bit fat. Puts it into that near post, but
topped it. On the other side, Rasmussen, in front of the byline, leaves it back, shot on the way.
It's McCabe again.
Off the head of Verfoof.
McCabe, he's had 5 really good chances, and everyone's been blocked brilliantly.
That one took a deflection off that left foot. Rasmussen.
A little bit lazy from Rasmussen there for me. He's better than that. Ball comes to him on the edge of the box and he just swung a lazy leg at it. I think with his left foot there, he sets himself right. He can hit the far post. He makes that side net and bulge.
Soso got a handful there. Will come out to Loudon United FC on a free kick, and now will be the third and final change. And you got some offensive firepower coming on. As Sinclair, the Costa Rican, will spell KO. Brian KO.
Done well. You think that lad there, 17 years old, he's played now back-to-back games. He earned the start. You know what I liked about the conversation that we had with the head coach, Ryan Martin, was the fact that he said we create our training environment and we create our match day, that if you perform, you get an opportunity to play, and if you don't perform, you get an opportunity to come out the side. And I like that type of culture. That was a culture I grew up in. You know where you stand. You know that if you come on, like KO did in the last game, in the last 30 minutes, he changed the game.
And it was Moses Nyman that came off, 44, not 14.
Same goes with me for Nyman, you know, another lad that came on, he's earned his start. Him and KO for me were the same in Wednesday's game.
I swore the board said 14.
It did say 14, it did. We looked at it, and then I went on my rant about how I thought he played.
Meanwhile, Louisville in behind once more. Goal will not count as the offside flag up on the far side from the assistant referee, Jeffrey Schwartzel. So that substitution we just saw brought to you by MHS Global. All 3 changes now made by Ryan Martin, and here comes the first for John Hackworth. So Lucky M. Kasana will enter this match. He will spell Luke Spencer, who's coming off without a goal, but has done a lot of the heavy lifting, holding onto that ball. And another substitution brought to you by MHS Global, above and beyond.
But bringing on M. Kasana now, for me, Lucky. I watched this lad when he played at...
He's not going to get a chance because immediately in front, Lunt had to be wise to that. Brave coming out.
Murphy needed to release it a little bit earlier. He took 1 or 2 touches for me too soon, and too many, beg your pardon. He closed the gap up to slide it in there. But no, just going back to Lucky and Kasana, the game changes now with him on for me. He stretches the team. He gets in behind. He'll pull you into channels where Spencer's one of those lads that holds the ball up. Now with Kasana coming on, he gives a whole completely different dynamic.
Piccolo stretch things out here.
A little bit of calf, a little bit of cramp.
This portion of tonight's game brought to you by Game On mouth guards. Even getting help from the opposition because they want to get on with it. Helped up. So Orlando Sinclair and Maloney from Deportivo Saprissa, Costa Rica.
He's struggling, isn't he?
Coming into the match with 2 goals. Kasana with 4 for Louisville City. And he will bring it. Make that back line think about every pass. Coming around and coming away with it is KO. To the far side, Yao to track it. Running out of real estate quickly, able to get it though. From distance, deflected out for a corner.
Sinclair caught that nice, lovely block. I think it was from McCabe. He was down on one knee, but he opens up and it's a lovely angle. And I think with that turf and the way that you can try and hit one and sting it in there low, comes off there quick. Wonderful block. Much better second half. Loudon United, much better. Been a lot more braver, got on the ball.
Bustamante to whistle this one in on the in-swinger. High, lofted. Louisville got there first with Pay, and now it will trickle back to Lute. 66th minute, 2-1 Louisville City. Kasana.
That's that quick release there to Kasana. Brilliant, great ball inside.
Yao. Griffin one-on-one with Peg, gets the inside. On his left peg and overshoots Murphy. So Hackworth Reading, another substitution. This will be the second. The next stoppage, Jeff D.
This is a second half team. Sorry there, Jeff. This is a second half team that we watched in the week against Road Park Rangers, dominating the ball again. Their commentator's curse is just giving it away, but dominate the ball, much more comfortable there. Got the centre-back driving into space, being the extra player, giving Louisville City problems now. They're getting numbers up. Louisville's getting penned back a bit. They just got to get that little bit more quality on the ball. They give it away a little bit too cheap. If anything, they're just giving the ball away still, just a touch too cheap.
Sawahi. Down. Presley comes out of real estate there, and now we'll have our sub, and should be a decent ovation for the substitution as Jeff D, the U of L product, will make his pro debut. All ACC performer at Louisville.
Just see Del Pico before, just with a little tight calf. He's put the miles in again. That midfielder, great player, important part of the team, but can't take that chance at 2-1 up now, so great opportunity for D to come in.
Another substitution brought to you by MHS Global, above and beyond. Jeffrey D. Hey. Masoso. So long by Sawahi.
What I like about Loudon United is that when their subs come on, they make an impact. Sinclair's come on, he's different, he's fast, he's wily up top. You know, they come on, they've made a difference. Even for me, Presley going back to right back has caused Loudon there to be able to come in on that right-hand side. He's a little bit different at 17, you just see him get back into it.
Combining with Pay, and it will roll behind. Corner kick upcoming for Louisville City FC. Get updates and alerts all year long by following your club on ESPN.com. Search for Louisville City FC. Click the follow button to keep up with the latest news and scores. Plus, get reminders on Louisville's next match. Go to ESPN.com now and click follow for your club. Jimenez. This isn't in. Kasana trying to make that near post run. Headed back down. Good effort by Sawahi. And now United take possession.
Brilliant, look at there again.
KO. On the diagonal to Griffin Yao. Getting set up inside the 18. Yao with his left foot puts it away. Sawahi made the intervention. So we enter minute 70 here at Slugger Field. Knocking on wood here. We've had rain, but no thunder bumpers yet. Presley trying to sneak another one on the near post on Lutz.
They just need to get an extra player out over that side a little bit quicker. They're switching the ball really, really well and getting it to Presley, and he's getting isolated against Jimenez in a 1v1. But Jimenez is a decent fullback, and he's just pushing him wide.
Oh, Rasmussen comes away. Oh, that's the Olay. Moving it back, shot on the way, caught off. The oohs and ahs, and that one comes all the way through traffic. And how about the save from Colin Miller?
And that's KO. That is not what you do as a young lad, is rush in against quality players. He just comes in, goes to ground quick, gets megged, and then tries to recover like you do, and slides flying in. Rasmussen just knows exactly what's happening, cuts him back, sends him off the field, and then cuts it back. Great follow-up by D. But again, you know, the biggest thing for you young defenders out there watching or listening to this, once you get beat, don't panic. Just work your feet, get back in. Don't have to overcommit on the second tackle and the third tackle.
Reminder fans, Lou City will be back at Slugger Field on Saturday, June 22nd. For tickets, please visit loucity.com or call 502-LOU-CITY. Here's the corner kick. Played up to the top of the area. Shot on the way, takes one deflection, comes all the way through. And a corner kick as it's off of Loudon United.
Nicely worked free kick. I like what they do there. Run someone from the top of the edge of the top of the 18-yard box in. Just creates a little space. Rasmussen comes round again with his left foot, his hammer that they're looking to try and wind up. And any type of deflection with that sort of pace, that ball can just fly in the back of the net.
Oscar to pick out a target here with the right peg. Puts it right at the 6 and right into the hands of Colin Miller.
His quality from corners for me today hasn't been up to his normal standard. Jimenez, he can take it left and right foot. I'm one of his biggest fans, but his quality from corners is
Sam, the ball's wet.
Oh, come on. A man of his quality, he wouldn't accept that. He knows it.
It into the area, down a bit easy. No call forthcoming. Loudon, the one down at the penalty spot.
He had a great opportunity. I didn't know if he tried to pull out a penalty from it, Loudon, then, or actually went down. But
Endo Sinclair holding it up against 3 Lou City defenders. Davis wearing the captain's armband. Minute. Nine Brothers in Lou City have teamed up to offer a reusable mug that will benefit the Kentucky Refugee Ministry. Visit any area Nine Brothers location or the team store beginning Monday, 20th of May to grab yours.
That was really nice out on that right-hand side. Great interchange between D. Pay out there, just a little foot on the ball, and
his feet. Still Rivera letting him play. Presley. Combined, coming back from the youngster Jeffrey D. I say youngster, 23 years old, compared to Loudon United. He's an old man. Hawkins have been under a lot of duress. And now Mkasana in the area, sends it to the back stick. George Davis IV was in place, but sure-handed was Colin Miller.
Just out on his left foot. I don't know if that's his strongest foot there. It didn't look like it, did it? Need a little bit of whip. See McCabe coming in on that back post, swinging his hands in the air, disappointed. That ball gets fizzed across on the surface. He's getting a tap in back post, but just didn't catch it quite right.
Louisville now out shooting Loudon 23-5. 7 of those on target to 3. And you've just got a 1-goal advantage here, which is precarious late in matches. And visitors tend to take a couple of chances.
I've been in these games so many times when you've had all those shots and all of a sudden you find yourself 2-2. 2-2.
Flag was up. Now tune in to ESPN News on Wednesday, June 5th for Wednesday Night Soccer when OKC Energy FC travels to Albuquerque to face the current Western Conference leaders, New Mexico United. It's the week's best match on Wednesday Night Soccer, June 5th on ESPN News.
He'll know it. He's been there before, Hackworth.
June 5th has already passed, by the way, so it was a good one. Next one coming up June 18, Phoenix Rising versus Reno 1868. You know, Ron Burgundy will read anything you put in front of him. There's Masoso, he leaves it back. Davis! And just misses left.
Anything pulled back to the top of the edge of the box. And they've just got so much time to finish it. That will certainly be an area that Ryan Martin will look at with his group when they're defending in those deep areas and the ball in wide areas. Pull back here, because look at the time he's got here. He stops it, puts his head up. There you see Davis the fourth coming on, and he'll be very disappointed. That's a great opportunity for him there to put this game to bed and make it a comfortable last 15 minutes.
Okay. The overlap, the ball across. Was right at the keeper, Miller. The final quarter hour.
McCabe's getting frustrated. I can see him. He's having a go there at Mkasana about not going near post. But you know, when I've been in his position, McCabe, he's missed 4 or 5 decent chances, and now he's trying to get. He's getting a little bit disappointed. He knows there's opportunities he's had tonight.
Portion of tonight's game brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places as that ball goes out of play. Fans, you can also head to Twitter to vote on tonight's Dr. Mark Lynn and Associates VisionWorks Man of the Match. Poll will be open for the next few minutes. Vote now at twitter.com/Lou City. The case for a number of players. Carried away by Lund. Yao able to find a way to get a shot off.
I think he was trying to stand it up. I think Yao there, that's how clever I think he's thinking there, that he's gone in there, just tried to stand that back up on the angle for those 3 bodies coming in.
Now, 13 minutes to go. Well, Lou City rue these missed opportunities.
Oh, Murphy, you've got to finish.
Got away from him.
You don't give that away. You've done excellent. He bumped him off. He bumped Tosh off the ball, and then cuts inside.
What to do for Tosh? He'll keep it just as a throw-in. Presley gets it away. The safety
Centre-back's done well there. Ball's skipped in. That could have easily have hit his hand.
Now headed forward. Rasmussen plays it into space, coming off the line. Boy, that is brave from Miller.
Great
Worked
goalkeeping.
out that time.
Great goalkeeping there. I thought he was in trouble as well as that ball got rolled in.
You want to bet that felt slow motion as he came out.
You committed to it though. That's all you want your goalkeeper to do. Just commit to it. The moment you start going and stopping and going, then it's all sorts.
The last 12 minutes or so, just a precarious one-goal advantage.
He's worked so hard. Murphy up top on scraps. He's been going centre-back to centre-back. Everything in the area's contested. He hasn't made it easy for the two big centre-backs. He hasn't had much into feet. He's been working on scraps. And then at the last minute, he gets that chance there to be able to pull the trigger with his left foot and lays it off. You can see why he's captain. You can see why he's in charge of that group. Because the work he's doing is selfless.
No hurry from Miller. 80th minute, 2-1.
10 to 2 halves.
Up on him in the first minute.
So much better from Loudon United in this second half.
And the goal, and they're in the match. Sinclair gets a ball into the area. They've been dangerous the last few minutes. All it takes is one, and they're leaving with points. Readying the final change, and Prasanna into some open space.
Don't let him inside.
One. Getting there, exact same
brilliant.
time. Goalkeeper Miller to tie with Niall McCabe, and both are going to pay the price for it.
That's a learning curve for Sinclair for me. As a young lad, he's just tried to nutmeg somebody on the halfway line. And I'm all about creativity and everything like that, but when you've got to put your foot through, which he didn't, he tried to meg him, puts him in a 1v1 situation, and now your goalkeeper's having to come out and make a save like that. Two brave lads.
Cabe
told you it was a night for him. You can tell it in his eyes. Look, he's been hit by the goalkeeper now. Chance number 7's gone out the window, and he's just feeling like he's going to go mad. Poor lad, I've been there, but he'll keep going. Look, just an easy pass. Look, he's all frustrated, blaming everybody else. You can see it. I've been there. I've been with lads like that, played with lads like that.
Squeaky bum time right now.
Yeah,
for
tough.
Louisville's fans.
That's why you see John Ackworth before up. You see him, look, he hasn't sat down, his arms are crossed. He knows.
Saint-Jeannet will be the final change momentarily. Some experience.
12 in for 11.
What a ball that is.
Presley will just catch it, run into the advertising. McCabe to come off, we were hearing the fourth official.
That's difficult. It'll feel like he's had a bad night, but he's had a great night. Just hasn't finished.
Will he play in the Open Cup match? Always have the next match to look forward to. And that's coming Wednesday at Cincinnati.
Look at that there with Loudon United. You're in the 8th, 9th minute. I know you're a goal down, but you've got 6 lads trying to get in the box. I love it. I love the style and the mentality.
Jeannet,
tricky, quick player.
South Africa, yes, he is tricky.
This is not, when you got Jeannet coming on with a wet surface, 9 minutes to go, he can cause problems.
He's a my shot. He's a my shot.
Here comes McCabe.
This substitution brought to you by MHS Global. Above his hand beyond.
He's not happy. I knew it. He'll be good.
Well, he made a mark on the match.
He just wants to score, doesn't he? He just wants to score.
Fans, the USL unveiled its elite youth platform, USL Academy, that allows clubs at all levels across the USL to develop its local talent and compete at the highest level across the U.S., including the USL Academy Cup. For more information, visit uslsoccer.com/academy. Here's a throw to the visitors from Loudon. Presley puts it in. Sinclair at the edge of the 18. And Louisville City will try to work it up. And Kasana able to keep his feet. Corner of the 18, squares it. Sané, one off target.
So lucky Kasana there, just extending the game.
Sané, the driest man on the field at the moment. What's it like when you're playing in downpours like this? It used to be in the old days, your feet got heavy because of the leather shoes. Now you got all these.
No, you don't notice it.
Spun across.
You don't notice it. Not when you're out there playing now.
Technical materials and now in today's footwear. Yeah. You go back to the museums and you see the old shirts that played back in England and how they played with the ball that was leather.
Yeah, no, that was just for the record, that was before my time.
Yeah, hitting a cannonball.
Oh yeah, but even growing up, we used to play with size 5s at 9, 10 years old back home, and we'd be hitting free kicks and corners, and we'd all be heading it at 6, 7, 8, 9 years, diving headers, anything we could do to get our head on the ball. Now you can't head the ball until 12.
Heath would tell some stories to Minnesota United head coach.
I bet.
These days at Everton.
Oh, he'll know there.
He goes a little further back than you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Thank goodness. No, I know Inchy well.
85th minute. You'd like to say it's comfortable for Louisville City, but the second half has been far from it.
There you can see, look, still pressing high, still trying to win the ball back. They'll go till the 92nd, 93rd minute. Loudon United. There's no question about that. That's part of their mentality. That's the grit that they're talking about. They're going to get after it, and they're going to keep going. And I think in this second half especially, Jeff, they've done excellent.
26 shots for Louisville City, 7 on target, just 7 and 4 for Loudon United.
But you're coming to the 2-time champion. That's like going to Manchester United. It's like going to Man City. You know, you've got to respect that.
Find a way.
You've got to respect that. So to be 2-1 with 6 minutes to go, you're taking that all day long because you've got an opportunity. They've got the players to be able to score a goal. And they'll get a chance. It's just whether they take it. There's always going to be a chance.
Tonight's Dr. Mark Lynn Associates VisionWorks Man of the Match, voted by you.
Well, our VisionWorks Man of the Match is the goal scorer in that first minute, Magnus Rasmussen.
They've had 24 shots. He must have had about 14 of them.
Magnus Rasmussen,
that's his
Man
job.
of the Match, presented by VisionWorks. Comes to the end line.
Ooh, corner.
And
Looked like it. He's done well, Rasmussen, for me. Like I said, he plays, you know, when Spencer's up there, he plays underneath him and he's always in support. Gets his shots off. They look for him a lot. He's got that left foot that he can hit it from 35 yards and it can go top corner. More often than not with his strike, you know, and that's why he takes as many shots as he does. And he's had a good couple of weeks of football so far. That's encouraging when you got players out, you know, when you think about the 6 to 8 players that will be coming back. Puts Louisville City in a really good position as always.
Move from Pay on the spin. Sané off the post! And Kasana trying to collect. And offside. I was lucky, so unlucky that time.
There's always a chance. Brilliant from Janet there, opened his body up, just bent it far post. Goalkeeper went for it, didn't know nothing about it. It's just too easy. Look, you see here, Davis the full focus up. There's no pressure on the ball. He gets time to open his body up, curls it far post, does excellent. And I think they're lucky Kasana's got every right to go for that ball, 100%.
Minute, 2-1 Louisville City. It's been that way since minute 49 when Griffin Yao, who's on the ball now down in the area, and it's not given.
I tell you, that looked like a little tug there, didn't it?
Might have been initiated outside, but either way, a foul not called.
Look, they've had a great battle all evening there. That looked like a penalty. It looked like he got a little tug there. He got round him again.
Swahi has been busy.
He has been, Swahi. He's had an interesting evening out there against
French
Yao.
Havre Youth Academy in France. They're matriculating the Bowling Green. Steady Eddie back there this season. Loudon United starting to run out of time. They have 3 of their next 5 at home, which is Audi Field. Beautiful. For the time being until Loudon United Stadium opens in Leesburg. Their own little park that seats 5,000.
And how they want that to be like the Audi Stadium, right? They said they want that to trickle right the way through, that same feeling when you come there, how difficult it's going to be to play against them. That's what they're trying to create.
City will have their own new park next year, Butchertown. We're hearing from the technical areas, 4th official, that there'll be 4 minutes tacked on. We're in the 90th now, 2-1 for Louisville City, trying to escape here after going up 2-0. The footing has been difficult, especially on the baseball end of the stadium.
Doesn't need to rush that cross there. Just got to build it up a little bit further. Louisville City will want that ball coming in. The back four will take that all day long. They'll head it and clear it.
Crunching tackle, drawing the foul. Here's Kale.
Great feed from Kale there.
For the quick restart on the way to the right side. Presley.
There's that
sends
space.
It to the back post. Running in there and not being able to make purchase was Kyle Murphy.
Everything right, just doesn't get it. It's exactly the type of delivery you want. Presley there's done excellent, opened his body up, put it in the space that we were talking about. Murphy comes across, just trying to get in front of his centre-back, just trying to get a little toe, anything in that near post, a little bit like the corner. He's got a chance, but just doesn't connect with it.
Stoppage time presented by Sullivan University. The 4th official has added 4 minutes to see out here. Loudon United have a moment of brilliance left in them here on the road. One of the toughest places to go and get a victory in the Eastern Conference. Loudon 3-4-3. We're on the road midweek.
Brilliant, great play.
And that will draw another foul and a free kick in a pretty dangerous spot. About 30 from goal.
Don't know if he wanted the free kick there, KO. To me, he was on a roll. It's exactly like the goal on Wednesday that he scored, where he had a little give and go and started driving and slid one in. Look at that, it's a tough spot. You start your free kick as a right footer on the turf, coming across, your standing foot there is going to be on the turf.
Hold on to that lump in your throat.
Yeah, how fancy is this?
Nervy moments here.
He looks like he's going to hit this. All he's got to do is get this skip on the turf. Just get it to bounce in front of the goalkeeper.
Irvin Yao off the top of the wall. Off of Louisville City will lead a corner kick.
Got a chance. Decent delivery. See Sinclair coming in there, number 11's a bit more size. Murphy's going to be in there. 2 centre-backs are up.
Down a goal. Laid on in Louisville.
Goalkeeper's in there, look.
Bustamante, 2 arms in the air. Service in swinging, coming in.
Hit it.
Pay got a touch. And now sent over the top of the bar. A good look for Murphy, who had the nice touch on it. Floated it over.
I think Pay gets a great block there. Great block, sorry, there.
Was that the chance? Jimenez. No foul coming.
Keeper, you got to go. You got to do it, goalkeeper. You ain't got that time.
Just got about 90 seconds. Boots it into the rain.
Good touch.
Down, turning around.
Need you in the box, Murphy.
Ball sent across. Tracking is Murphy. Service right to Tosh. Will be a throw for Presley and Loudon United.
One more delivery.
1 minute to go. And turned over, Mkasana. And we grab that will draw a foul and eat up a lot of the remaining time. Good work by Lucky to hold it up. Quick restart, and not going to allow it. You don't need to restart quick.
Brilliant what they've done.
Yeah.
I wonder if he'd have gone to the corner then, or I wonder if he would have gone for goal, because he was in. He would have gone for goal.
Yellow card on Harry Hawkins, by the way.
Professional foul there. He had to take that, Harry. He had to.
Four Roses yellow card. Now short time. We've played the 4 minutes minimum.
There it is.
And the final whistle for Marcos de Oliveira. And it's 3 points in the books for Louisville City FC. They hang on. 2-1 the final over Loudon United FC. And not an easy night at the office, as John Hackworth and Ryan Martin meet in the middle.
He'll be happy there, Hackworth. Job well done from his side, 2-1. Got put under pressure in the second half. And I think if you're Ryan Martins, you're coming out very positive in that second half. You know, you come away from two-time champions. Didn't really produce anything in the first half. Got caught. To me, look men against boys in some respect, especially in the midfield area. But second half, not the case at all. They came out, they got the early goal. Wonderful finish, what it was there from Yao, cut inside on his right foot and buried it into the far corner. And there you can see Rasmussen there, man of the match, deservedly. Excellent performance from him again, solid. 4 or 5 great opportunities on goal. Obviously got his goal.
Magnus Rasmussen, our Vision Works man of the match. That goal in the first minute proved to be big. The Coopers will party into the night. Our Toyota move of the game. Here it is, Louisville City.
Jimenez there, just lovely little flick into that near post, straight from the training ground. Spoke about Presley, the defender, doing a better job covering up that area because it gets in there. Lovely run by Tosh. And as you see him celebrate there, pulling up his shorts, thinking he's done a good job, which he did. Done an excellent game from Tosh again today. He'll be happy, he's contributing with goals.
Tosh's first goal of the season ends up being the game winner. 2-1 the final, Louisville City over Loudon United. Put a purple bow tie in it when we come back.
At Dr. Mark Lennon Associates, I focus on taking care of my family, but I also focus on taking care of your family. We firmly believe that you've got to give back. Our primary goal is to do what's right for the patient. If that means glasses, contacts, or treating an eye condition, we will be sure you get the care that you need. We want to take care of you the same way we take care of all our family. This is our family. And here at Dr. Mark Lennon Associates, we're focused on your family, the community, and most importantly, your vision.
Remember that time we wanted a classic burger, but we also wanted a spicy chicken sandwich? I remember that. 2 sandwiches for $3.50? You're a cheap date. Is this a date? I think this is a date. Get 2 sandwiches all to yourself, plus fries and a drink for $3.50. Rallies and Checkers. Fast foodies know the deal.
When I started practicing law in the 80s, there just weren't many of us. Now, women make up a majority of the law school graduates. That's what I call strength in numbers. I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Real change and lasting impact is everybody's responsibility. Our dedicated workforce has grown to include a diverse team from all walks of life, and I'm so proud of that. Morgan & Morgan, for all the people.
2-time champion.
Louisville City is our city.
The time is come for the takedown.
Louisville is the city of champions.
The time is come.
Louisville City FC takes down Virginia's Loudon United Saturday at 7 p.m. on WPKI. Sponsored by Family Allergy and Asthma, Cosair Charities, and Liquor Barn. WDRB and WPKI, the official TV partners of Lou City FC.
Forget festivals. Have you been to a Rallies and Checkers Feastival? We're talking steak on a juicy burger, smothered in cheese. Steak covered in French onion sauce and crispy onions. There's even steak loaded up on fries. Just $2.49 each. Rallies and Checkers. Fast foodies know the deal.
2-1 victory on a soggy night in Louisville as Lou City FC 2-1 Loudon United FC. Those goals from Rasmussen and Tosh as we take a look at the full-time highlights from this one, and it started quickly for Louisville City.
Louisville City, you see, dominate the first half for me. Pay gets his head up here, pulls the ball back there to Rasmussen for his first touch within a minute. Lovely touch, controls it, right foot slots it across his body into the far post. Great finish, great start. You see the second goal, Jimenez here, left foot ball's whipped in. Tosh makes that little darting run into the near post. There you see, gets his right foot on it. Something off the training ground there, worked perfectly. Wonderful delivery. Tosh pulling up his shorts, thinking he's done a great job.
Tuck it in, man.
Job done.
The rains came after halftime. At least they came more steady. And it was Griffin Yao with a yowzer.
Unbelievable. This hit here, look, just beautiful. The moment it leaves his foot, we were out of our chairs here. Great finish, great hit. Nothing the goalkeeper can do about that. And he was a big difference in the second half, as were Loudon United. You know, they struggled a bit in the first half for me. They couldn't get hold of the midfield. They were powerful, Louisville City. They were getting into wide areas like you see now in the second half, pull cut back. You know, and they couldn't deal with it. But second half, they changed it. They matched up a little bit. They became a little bit more physical, and they took the game to Louisville City, and they done very, very well. He sees Janet here just open up his body. Great finish. Bounces off the inside of the post, and Kasana coming in and doing exactly what I felt he needed to do there, and that's challenge for that ball. It's a great opportunity.
And the last chance, last gasp effort for Loudon. And just over the top of the bar.
Look at that there. 28 shots from Louisville City, 7 on target. 11 shots from Loudon, 4 on target.
All those stats delivered by Liquor Barn. Download the Liquor Barn app or order online today at liquorbarn.com. And possession heavily in favor of the home team as well, but they get out of Dodge with the full 3 points. Now 7 wins on the season against 4 losses, 3 draws, 24 points at the time being, or for the time being, puts them in 3rd in the Eastern Conference.
Chugging along nicely, aren't they? Look at that. Now they go into a huge game, Louisville City. Beautiful against that Cincinnati away, big crowd. And Loudon will come in against Indy 11 and fancy them their chances there and that opportunity to go and get after it, you know. But I thought it was a great game. You look at the first half, it was 68% stats, possession, and then they pulled it back to 56-46. And
well, 3 of the next 5 at home for Loudon United. Not enough tonight. Louisville City gets the win, 2-1. For my partner Stam Stockley and our entire crew, I'm Jeff Radcliffe saying so long from Slugger Field. 3 points in the bag for Louisville City FC. They win it, 2-1 over Loudon United. Good night.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.
The all-new Toyota